The ancient entity's guttural growl echoed, a sound that vibrated not just through the cosmos, but through the very fabric of Freya's being. She felt it, a nascent will stirring within the countless obsidian eyes that now adorned her form, a defiant spark against the primordial horrors consuming hunger. The skeletal hand, once her tormentor, now faltered, its chilling grip loosening infinitesimally. A choice, stark and terrifying, presented itself. The ancient entity, a being of immense, untold power, stepped forward, its form coalescing from the crimson gateway's swirling energies. It offered not a path to salvation, but a different kind of dominion, command. Consume, or command, Freya, a voice like grinding stars whispered directly into her soul. Then, a single obsidian eye, once a part of her own transformed essence, detached itself from the skeletal hand's grasp. It floated, beckoning, a silent promise of power, a dark allure against the encroaching void. The nascent worlds, fragile and innocent, hung precariously in the balance, caught between the unleashed primordial terror and a newly awakened, potentially controllable void. The ancient entity, a silent observer no more, poised on the precipice of intervention. Freya's crimson essence pulsed, a desperate rhythm against the encroaching darkness. Could she harness the very power that sought to devour her? Could she seize control of the nightmare she had inadvertently birthed? The obsidian eye pulsed, a beacon in the encroaching darkness, a single question hanging in the cosmic silence: would Freya embrace her role as the ultimate consumer, or become the architect of a new, terrifying order? The choice was hers, and the fate of all hung by a thread thinner than starlight. But as she focused her nascent will, a new sensation coursed through her, a connection, not to the void, but to the threatened world's fading life force, a plea for something more than mere dominion. He watched, a flicker of genuine surprise crossing his cosmic visage, a rare crack in his eternal amusement. The game had indeed escalated, and the next move was Freya's. The skeletal hand, sensing her shift, recoiled slightly, the obsidian eyes within it swirling with a newfound, chaotic intelligence. The ancient entity let out a low, resonant hum, a sound of approval, perhaps even hope. As the skeletal hand struck the shield, a blinding flash of crimson and obsidian light erupted, shaking the very foundations of existence. When the light faded, Freya was gone. The shield remained, a pulsating beacon of defiance, but its creator had vanished, absorbed not by the void, but by the crimson energy's final, desperate plea for restoration. The skeletal hand recoiled, its obsidian eyes now filled with a chilling emptiness, its target vanished. The nascent worlds were safe, for now. But the cost was immense. The ancient entity turned its gaze towards the empty space where Freya had stood, a single, ancient eye filled with a profound, cosmic sorrow. The primordial horror, robbed of its immediate prey, let out a frustrated shriek that echoed across the nascent galaxies. And then, a faint, almost imperceptible tremor ran through the shield. Within its depths, a single, new crimson eye began to form, hinting at a return, a rebirth, a new beginning born from ultimate sacrifice. The game was far from over. It had merely entered a new, unforeseen phase. The true creator's whisper grew stronger. Was this the dawn of a new cycle? Or just a brief respite before an even greater darkness descended? The shield pulsed, waiting. The void raged. The ancient entity prepared to act. And he simply smiled, knowing that the greatest games are played with the most unexpected pieces. What lies beyond the crimson shield? Has Freya truly vanished, or merely transformed into something else? The answer awaits. The nascent worlds hold their breath. The cosmos watches. The next chapter is about to unfold.